Well, hi. What's going on? So, I know it's been a second since I've really done a YouTube video, mainly because of these things. So, for those of you who don't know, I had, well, hey buddy, I had knee surgery done about a month ago. I tore my meniscus and whatnot, but I got thinking that I think it's some valuable information for you if I kind of tell you kind of what I've been doing, how I've been going about this. Oh, hi Nika. And all this stuff, you know, with my own current fitness goals and setup and what I've got going on, and, you know, my thought process behind all this on dealing with like a pretty big injury. Like, this is the biggest injury I've ever had, the biggest recovery, recoup, whatever you want to call it. You know, it's been the most debilitating. I've never broken anything or tore anything. So this was like a new one for me. But I was talking with my coach the other day, Johnny, about this, and one of the things he mentions, he said, dude, I think, you know, I told him kind of my thoughts on some stuff, and he's like, dude, I think that's, a lot of people miss that, and that's so valuable. And I'll get into that here in a second, but I wanted to kind of, because there's maybe some value with it on my thoughts about how I'm going about this, I think it might be able to help you with kind of your situation, whether you get a big injury or, you know, something happens at work, or there's some, whatever situation that comes up that you can't quite control. So I basically just wanted to come on here and talk about all that. So, because there's a lot that I can't do right now. You know, obviously, like, the doc has me on some crazy strict protocols. Like, I can't put any weight on this leg at all for 6 weeks. I'm supposed to have my brace on it right now, but I don't. It's in the house. But there's a lot that I can't do. My activity's a lot less than what it was. The hardest thing for me to do is cook. So eating is even a whole nother animal. Basically, I wanted to share my thoughts on how I'm continuing to progress with my fitness goals. That's helping with my knee even, and, you know, my strategy on how to not get fat while I'm down, because, you know, being down for 6 weeks, and then the doc says I won't be back to 100% for 6 months, which I don't think it'll take that long, but, you know, that's a long enough time where I could regress quite a bit. You know, if I just said fuck it and, you know, quit doing anything, like, I would regress quite a bit. So, but yeah, so a couple things. Number one of the ways that I'm keeping things moving forward is I kept my coach. So I was working with my buddies out at San Jose Barbell, but like with my guy Rambeer, you guys know him, Alj, and then Johnny, who's coaching me specifically. But a lot of times people get injured, something happens, and if you're with a coach, most people get rid of the coach because you can't do everything. But to be honest, having his support, having, you know, his guidance with all of this, even though he's not a doctor and he's not giving me like PT exercises and stuff, but having that support system of him checking in on me still being in their ecosystem, and me still sending reports of like my food, and, you know, controlling what we can control, I still have that there. That's why, like, I never got rid of him. You know, I'm kept coaching going, even though I can't do a lot, because just having that support and accountability is massive when it comes to this stuff. So that's the first thing. You know, having a really good coach in your corner when shit like this happens is a big deal. Number two, like I said, my biggest thing when it comes to nutrition, it's my hardest thing, cooking, with not being able to walk and my hands being on crutches all day. It's the hardest thing for me to do is cook. So my wife has been helping me out a lot, but then all of a sudden her mom got in a really bad car accident, so she's been out with her mom helping take care of her, because her mom's in way worse shape than I am. I just had a stereotypical run-of-the-mill knee surgery. She like broke her leg in 2 places and broke like 3 ribs and isn't quite in the shape that I'm in, and, you know, so she's been helping her. So I've been a lot on my own with this stuff. And like I said, the hardest thing I can do is cook. So there's been a lot more eating out. There's been a lot more not knowing what my exact numbers are, like using food scales, and that's been all not been a thing. So it's one of the things that I've been doing is literally just by I estimate. You know, if I do have food in front of me, I estimate what it is. So instead of just saying fuck it, because that's the thing, guys, is a lot of people get in this position and they just say fuck it and they throw out everything out the window. You know, versus there's still a lot in your control. Own what you can control and forget what you can't. Okay, so that's why when it comes to this, like, I may not be able to weigh out everything a piece of food. I may have to hit a few more drive-thrus, or I may not be able to cook, you know, the best food, but I can still control how much of it I eat. And that's the thing is, I still live by the rules: eat when I'm hungry, I stop when I'm full, and just generally I don't be an asshole about it. Like, I know I probably shouldn't smash a whole case of Oreos. I know I probably should not, you know, get 7 burritos if I go to Taco Bell. I know I probably shouldn't smash a dozen donuts, So instead of me self-sabotaging, I'm still doing what I can with what I've got. You know, even if I do go swing through Taco Bell drive-through because nothing else is open and I'm super hungry, I make better choices, but then I stop when I'm full. I don't get 7 burritos, I might get 3. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of people get that extremism and that all or nothing mentality and that whole side of things, and it really stops a lot of people. So when it comes to this, I've really done my best to own what I can control and forget what I can't. Because don't get me wrong, my old Jared would have been like, fuck it, I'll just forget all this is stupid, and I wouldn't even try, you know, versus I'm still trying, I'm still doing my best. Even from a workout standpoint, there's a lot of workouts I can't do. I can't even do anything legs. I can't even grab a set of dumbbells because I'm on crutches, right? So what I do is I still do upper body pin machines, you know, the ones like the machines that like you can move the pin in and out. I still do those. I literally will hobble around the gym on crutches, getting really weird looks, and I'll just go sit at a machine and do it for, you know, 5 minutes. And then I'll get up, I'll hobble across to a different machine and I'll do that. Me doing that 2, 3, 4 days a week is still something. Because also that's still helping my recovery here, because, you know, one of the best things that for healing that you can do is pump blood and oxygen into the area. Well, even if I can't do that here, your circulatory system and your cardiovascular system is a closed system. So even though I'm doing stuff here and stuff here and stuff here, it still is circulating and it's actually helping with my knee. But it's one of those things that just because I can't do my full workout, I can't do jujitsu. That's the hardest thing. I can't get on the mats because of this. But guess what? I still go to jujitsu about once a week and just watch and talk with my training partners and still learn and still ask coach questions. And it's one of those things, guys, is your all or nothing approach is going to kill you and it's going to sabotage everything you've worked hard for. That's why you've got to forget the all or nothing mentality. You've got to forget, you know, this extremism. Like, is this a very optimal situation? Of course not. I'm on fucking crutches. But it's one of those things where, like, okay, now what? It's, you know, so what am I going to do? Sit for the next six weeks, 6 months and just get fat and feel sorry for myself? No. So, okay, what? Always ask yourself that. Something bad happens. Okay, now what? Okay, so blew out my knee, had surgery, can't do anything for 6 months. Okay, so what? So you're gonna get fat, you can still eat, you know, you're gonna just not work out, or you're still gonna hobble around and go to the gym and do what you can. It's that kind of stuff, guys. It's that mentality that will take you places. And it's the opposite, that all or nothing, all in, all out bullshit, that's gonna take everything away from you. So, I just thought I'd get on here and share this with you, and, you know, because the other part is gratitude. You know, I have gratitude tattooed on my arm. It's one of those things, like, even though this is what's going on, I'm still unbelievably grateful for my other leg. The fact that I'm strong enough to lift myself up on crutches. The fact that, you know, with me doing coaching for a living online, I can, my money and finances and ability to help people hasn't changed. I still coach all my clients. I still work with everybody. I'm still able to throw a camera up on a chair, on a lawn chair, and sit in a hammock and film a video in my backyard. Like, it's that kind of stuff, guys. Your headspace around bad shit that happens is what's gonna ultimately help you or hurt you. Because if your mindset around this stuff, not being grateful for what you do have, and, you know, still focusing on what you can do, that's where the key is at. And if you don't have that outlook and that tactic, because that's the thing, this isn't just fluffy, ushy-gushy, mumbo-jumbo, hippie stuff. This is like a tactic. Don't get me wrong, guys. I'm not happy this happened. It's a pain in the ass. It hurts. I'm not glad that it happened, but guess what? I can't control that it happened. What's done is done. My knee blew out. I can't do anything about it. So now what? It's one of those things where, what else am I going to do? That's why your headspace and your mindset and the thoughts about you think and what you choose to focus on ultimately impacts what your destiny is going to be and what your future is. Does that make sense? So I hope this helps. My camera's getting ready to blow over. Yeah, thanks again for listening. I appreciate you. I'll talk to you later.